So, how'd you guys meet?
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Allie.
I'm Jay.
And this video is gonna be telling you guys how we met.
Farmers only. Christian mingle.
Bumble. So we're gonna tell you guys how we met and kind of how like our relationship went and everything and how it's gone. So
We're in a relationship?
You didn't know?
What the heck?
You saw me first, so you start.
Okay. So, this is my part because I was actually the one that saw her first, but it was over social media. I was actually at my buddy's house. I hadn't gone on a date in a very long time. It was probably about like a year or so. And my buddy was trying to hook me up with a blind date, and I'm like, nah, man, like that's just not good. And so he was like, well, what if we show you some pictures on Facebook? And I'm like, well, okay, that might be different. And so his wife showed me 3 friends of hers that she knew were for sure single because I actually had a situation where me and this girl went on a date and her boyfriend showed up. That's no good.
That's not good.
That's no good. So
that wasn't me.
No. Yeah, I was just kind of against dating for a while just because I was just working on myself. I was working a lot. I was trying to, just to be honest, I was trying to just get by. Well, his wife showed me one girl and I was like, she's pretty, but you know, no. So boom, that was out. Showed the second girl and I was like, no, just off the top, I just knew I was just like out. And then I saw Allie.
Third time's charm.
That's right. And first thing that got me was her tattoos. You know, obviously her just natural beauty, her just elegance that she has about herself. But she has some tattoos, and we flipped through some pictures, and I saw them, and I was just like, "Ooh, girl, what you know about that?" No, actually, I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so pretty." My buddy and I went out basically all day Saturday. We were just doing some stuff, just training and working out and whatnot. And that night we were actually going to go to this like sports bar kind of thing. We were going to spend the rest of the night there. His wife calls my buddy and is like, hey, you guys have to come back.
Can I pause you?
Yeah.
Because this is where I come into the story. So,
go ahead.
So far that's what he has experienced, was all he's seen is a picture of me on a phone, and now they're hanging out and doing their thing. Well, I'm friends with his buddy's wife, the girl that showed him the picture of me. Anyways, we were supposed to hang out at one point, and I think I got sick or something, so I canceled on her. And we just never rescheduled. And I randomly, that day that he saw the picture of me, I randomly got a text from her and was like, hey, want to hang out tonight? And I was like, sure. So I went over to their house and we just hung out, and while we were there she was like, so I was like, oh, I know where this is going. Every time we would hang out, she'd always try to hook me up with a guy, and I'd never meet the guy. I would always see a picture and hear about him, but I'd never meet him. So when she was like, so, I was like, all right, who is it? Like, who is he? And and she was like, she showed me a picture and it had 3 guys in it, and she didn't tell me which one he was. So I was like, oh yeah, he's cute. Like, I didn't know which one it was. So then she let me like scroll through and I saw it was him, and I was like, yeah, he's cute. Like, sure, why not? And then she told me about him and told me the kind of guy he was and how like they knew him and everything. She was like, do you want to meet him tonight? And I was like, I was not prepared. We ended up calling her husband that was with him at the sports bar and telling him, like, you guys got to come back to the apartment. We're going to hang out. And she's like trying to tell him, like, Allie's here. Like, wink, wink. get Jay over here kind of thing. He ended up taking the phone.
Meanwhile, I did not know that I was on speaker.
So I could hear everything that he was saying.
My buddy's wife had me on speaker, was talking to me, and I'm just talking to her. So I'm like, oh, blah, 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 what up? And
the first words I heard him say was that he needed to come back so he could strut himself in his Daisy Dukes. And I just started giggling, and he was like, oh, am I on speaker? And so...
Not my best moment.
A great moment. And that's when I knew. I was like, this guy's funny. I need to meet him. They came into the apartment, and I was sitting on the couch just like I am right now under a blanket, and I remember him coming in, and I walk up to him, and we just shook hands. And I went back to the couch and sat in my spot and stayed there because it was comfortable. You were like icing your foot or something.
So I was dealing with a previous injury. I hurt my ankle pretty good, but I plopped myself down about... She was here, and I was like right here on the ground, and I was just icing my ankle, and we were just...
Do you remember what I said to you?
No, what?
He sat down with his ice, and I was like, what happened? I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say to him.
We had like a little game night. We played fishbowl.
Yeah.
Fishbowl. Yeah, we had pizza and drinks and non-alcoholic. We do not drink and drive. Do not drink and drive. But it did make it a whole lot better when it came to kind of just relaxing and being more of yourself rather than trying to be like all swag and cool, you know what I'm saying? And she was all like, oh my gosh, I'm so pretty. So this is where she's gonna get me.
So
I remember this now, yeah. I was a whole week ahead.
It was a Saturday night that we met, and I had church the next morning. So I was like, I gotta go because I gotta get up early for church. He had told me he was gonna add me on social media. Well, that didn't happen. He waited till, I think, Thursday, which was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days later, to add me on social media. So this whole time I'm like, he doesn't like me. He didn't think I was cute. He didn't want to get to know me. So I'm like with my mom, I'm like panicking. I'm like, Mama, he doesn't like me. He's not adding me on social media. So I like waited and waited.
Just
and
trying
then...
to be respectful. That's what happens when you're the nice guy.
So then he finally added me, I think on Facebook, and he messaged me.
I did ask her dad if I could date her. It's terrifying. I mean, her dad's not... I'm much bigger than her dad. I mean, no, I'm serious. Just being honest.
Dad, I hope you're watching.
Alan, I'm sorry. But I am much bigger than him. I mean, it's not like he was towering over me like, oh yeah, you want to date my daughter? He's the nicest guy I have ever met in my entire life. Shaking, and her mom will even tell you that, I mean...
He was like this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Doing this with my knees, I was just... For some reason, I just really liked my kneecaps that day, so... We
went to Chick-fil-A and got a drink, and that's when you told me about the girl that the boyfriend showed up.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went and got tattoos.
That was not a good situation.
No. But we got tattoos, and then after we got tattoos, we went downtown and sat at a coffee bar for like 5 hours and talked.
Yeah,
and
we
I
did.
Spilled my coffee everywhere. Do you remember that?
Oh, no. The cup was so bad that when she gripped it to pick it up, it just cracked. It was so flimsy, so we had to get another one, but it did spill.
It was so embarrassing.
I didn't mind.
I know you didn't, but I was like, shoot. Coffee's everywhere. I made a mess. Yeah, after that, like, we always stayed up till like 4 a.m. on the phone. Like, literally, we would start talking at like 8 p.m. and we would talk till like 4 a.m. almost every single night. And yeah, he met my parents. You asked me, do you go?
I remember, yeah, that's right. And I remember those nights. I would just plug my headphones into my phone in my pocket, got my earbuds in, and I'd be talking like this. I talk with my hands a lot. So as I was talking with her, you would just see just some guy walking down the street with...
and I'd be in my bed under the covers like this with my phone next to me on my pillow, and I'd be talking to him.
We did long distance for the entirety of our dating relationship. Well, our friendship and
engagement,
too.
yeah. He lives 3.5 hours away from me.
That's right.
So every weekend he would either drive to me, and then the next weekend I'd drive to him. We went back and forth. Except for the first few months of our relationship, he always came to me because
that's true.
I didn't feel comfortable yet.
And I didn't feel comfortable with her driving that long just by herself.
Yeah.
Security is a very, very, very important thing to me, that she is protected, and because she would be taking such a long trip and she's not used to doing that by herself.
He would drive through the night and go straight to work from my house.
Oh yeah, that's
from
true.
Visiting me. Like, that's how dedicated he was to seeing me.
I wanted to spend every single second with her.
Aw.
I'm still crazy about you.
You better be.
That was difficult doing long distance, especially when you're so in love with somebody and you legitimately just want to be with them 24/7. It was difficult, but it taught us how to appreciate and be thankful for the times that we have now. We haven't been married as long as we have compared to as long as we were dating.
We never said bye. Like, bye is not in our vocabulary, and it still isn't, even though we're married and like we live together. The word bye does not exist in our world, and so we always said see you later. See you later was what we always said that. And
Yeah,
so
see ya.
when he would leave or I would leave, it felt like the only way to describe it, that feeling, was homesick, because like all I wanted to be was with him, and when he wasn't there, it's like that feeling of you're away from your home, because he was home for me.
We go to church together. We have a home church down here, and then when we do go to visit her parents, he is a pastor at a church, and so we go there, we're involved there, we serve there, and we're getting involved with our church down here. So it's really important to us, our relationship with Jesus Christ, and we do believe in God. We do believe that he died for our sins and was raised from the dead 3 days later, and that is something that's very important to us. And so having that foundation with our Heavenly Father.
Yeah, that's how we met. And now we're married and living together and doing life together. And if you have any more questions, please ask in the comments and we'll answer them.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. Come close to me on the phone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you guys in the next video.
See you guys in the next video.